not. What is this now? Tick, tick, tick. Every day this clock, 24/7, comes and goes. Especially to me, especially this year. I can't speak. I fumble. I'm scared, but I'm a public speaker. I am a communication coach. I'm a trainer. I have imposter syndrome. Others are better than me. I will not do good. Any of the Toastmasters here have been on my shoes? Yes? Can you raise your hands, please? Thank you so much. So, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest, today I'm going to talk to you about being a confident speaker or a communicator, I would say. How do you be a confident communicator? I'm not. I don't know if I am. I have an 18-minute speech slot today. My friend Balbir, I'm sure he was waiting for this. He's been telling me for 3 months now, when are you going to speak? When are you going to speak for 18 minutes? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe I will not. I don't know if I'm going to complete the speech. I don't know if I'm really prepared. But there is a lot when we talk about being a confident communicator. All the no's I said right now, and you want to reach somewhere, is where you want to be confident. Right? It's like most of the no's are like stinky fish. If you keep a very dirty fish next to you, it stinks. And these no's keep stinking till you kick yourself out from that zone and get into the comfort zone of speaking. So what makes you confident? A lot of aspects. Today I am going to talk about 3 different aspects of communication. Now here again, there is a story behind this. Why I am talking this? Someone saw me in Toastmasters Club, came up to me, and this year I was sergeant at arms or maybe doing some kind of an extempo here. And one of the ladies, they saw me here, they added me on LinkedIn, and it became one of the biggest client. I'm going to be training this week. Biggest client. I was very thankful, but still, when you see somebody, it's different. And when you are on that stage, it's very different. So, I'm going to share a part of what I'm going to deliver in my program the coming week. Coming back, being confident. So, here I would divide this segment into 3 parts. First, communication for self. Now, communication doesn't only mean talking in front of people. It means even one-on-one, it can get difficult. Can it? To different kinds of people, your supervisors, your stakeholders in the company, or different people that you meet. Second segment would be communication intrapersonal. And the third is how do you be a good speaker. So let's start with the first segment, communication for self. With all the biases we come, or the prejudices, or the stinky fish we carry, how do we see ourselves, or how do we see people around us? So today, to talk about this, I'm going to introduce you a model, a tool by Tony Alexandria, where he's talking about 4 quadrants. Now, we don't have a big screen, but I'll just show you on my small laptop here. What are these 4 quadrants like? Can you see this clearly, everyone? So here, the 4 quadrant talks about O starts with open relationship, reserved relationship, direct fast-paced, and indirect slow-paced. The kind of people we are and the kind of people we talk to. Many a times we have conflicts because we think in certain pattern and we expect the opposite person also to think in the same pattern. It happens a lot every day at home with your spouse. Right? So, what is this quadrant about. I'll start with the first level, talking about the director. Now, okay, once again, before starting this, one small thing to say: none of the quadrant personalities is good or bad, right or wrong, or very, what would I say, is very dominant, or you have to be like this. They are all okay, and we are all a part of it. It changes with the values, the beliefs, the schools, the colleges, the environment and the house that you come from, and wherever you accept yourself or put yourself. So let's start with the first one, the director. What is the director? The director here talks about a people who are direct, fast-paced, at the same time reserved with relationship. So when I say reserved with relationship, it means these are the people who are not open to social communication. They are not open to talk to many people that they meet around. They would like to be in their own pace or in their own zone. At the same time, they are direct. When they are direct, they are task-oriented, goal-oriented, outcome-oriented. So anything you want to talk to these kind of people, you have to communicate and put it right on the table. That's the way. Now many people think directors are also the people who have no feelings, who have no emotions at all. But no, that's not the case. They definitely do have, just that they are not open to show it to others. And that's the feeling, that's the way they are. They're seen as dominating, they are fast-paced and decisive kind of people. Any directors here? Or do you meet these people at work? Do you? Can you think of any? The next one is the thinker. What is thinker? Thinker, you go to a bank to open an account. Anyone working in a bank here? My next client is bank, so I have a lot of banking examples coming to me today. To open an account, and you take the form, the person is telling you something, and the opposite person is absolutely blank. There are times when you give some work to your subordinate, stakeholder, or an employee in your company, and that particular employee is confused to say yes or no, and you are angry, you don't know how to react. So thinkers are the people who think. They are slow-paced at work, and they are reserved in relationship like directors. They are reserved, but they are slow-paced. Now slow-paced doesn't mean they can't perform. Slow-paced means they take their own time to give any solution. They take their own time, they react, they work very slowly towards their goals, and that's the way they are. So they are slow and cautious in making any decision. Now these people, if you tell them anything on the spot, you got to give me the report today, they won't be able to, because they need their own pace. At the same time, if you give anything written or instructions to them, they will be much more happy and be able to do their work in a better manner. So they are more instruction oriented, works well done. They follow certain directions to do anything that they want to do. Task oriented and efficient perfectionist is what we believe in. So think and work. Do you think you're a thinker? Anyone?
Sometimes.
Okay, see what I'm with you. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. So, or you can be a mixture of 2-3 personalities here. Let's go to the third one, relator. Now what is relator here? If you see my quadrant, indirect and slow-paced are the people. Yes, like thinker, they are indirect and they are slow-paced. They have slow way of working, but when they are relator, they love to meet people. They love to talk to different people. They are warm and friendly, they are humble, and they like to build on the relationship. At the same time, like I said, they are slow, they share feelings, they are open to share feelings, and very good at listening, very cooperative. But at the same time, they are passive personalities. So if you tell a relator that, would you like to order pizza? He says, yes, yes, yes. If you say, would you like to order some burger? He will say yes, yes, yes. So he will say yes for everything, and he's not a great decision maker. That's a relator's personality. Any relators in the room?
Everybody in my office.
Wow. So, let's go from relator to socializer. We spoke about different people, director, thinker, relator, socializer. What can socializer be here? Direct, fast-paced? Okay. Like we talk about the people who are social. They enter the room and there is a lot of energy created. They know how to talk to each and every one. They know how to be, they give that smile, that pleasure, and you're happy to meet them. You know, they are the center of attraction. They're there in that party. Is socializer. Relationship is extremely important to these people. At the same time, they work fast-paced. Now, you might think, wow, it's the best personality to beat and easy. But when a socializer has to work with thinker and director, is it easy? No. However, there are some strategies you can adopt thinking to what kind of people they are. So they are fast-paced, they are enthusiastic, there's a lot of energy created in them and not afraid to take any kind of risk here. So my dear friends, with the 4 personalities we have, director, thinker, relator, socializer, you can ponder upon which you are or which the person in your company is. Your stakeholder, your boss, your employee. And how would you react to them? How would you speak to them? What strategies will actually work when you want to speak to them is what I talk about interpersonal communication and self-communication here. So we spoke about self, we spoke about interpersonal, and then you can think when we have to move to interpersonal, how would relator actually behave with director, taking his qualities and the other person's in hand, or socializer behave with thinker. Putting this side or one-on-one conversation aside, let's talk about being a confident communicator. Now, what is being a confident communicator? Okay, talking one-on-one, understanding your styles, using strategies to speak to these different kinds of people. What else makes a confident communicator? Can someone tell me? What makes you confident? Toastmasters here. Yep.
Clarity.
Clarity. Excellent.
Subject knowledge.
Subject knowledge.
Experience.
Experience.
Practice.
Practice. Okay.
Body language.
Body language.
Listening skills.
Listening skills. Yes. So, taking all these parameters together and a bit of good public speaking skills do make you confident communicator. Now how? What? Let's give an example of Barack Obama. There are 3 rules that he follows. Not only in public speaking, but also in structuring your thoughts and speaking one-on-one. One is transcendence. Now what is transcendence? We use it a lot in Toastmasters, where we think of audience in mind and then we talk. So anything he starts with, he will start with people. The people of United States of America, the way people are. Let's take our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. How would Modi start? If he is going for a speech to the Facebook office of Mark Zuckerberg, he will actually relate it to the content there. He was in IIT Powai a few years ago, and when he was in IIT Powai, he actually started the speech talking about the festival of IIT Powai, and that's the way he talks. I saw him in his live speech in China when he visited a few years ago, when I lived there, and he spoke about and promoted Indian tourism to Chinese. How can we promote Indian tourism? And talking about what happens when Indians live in China. He knew it all. So transcendence is one quality, one great quality where you connect to people, you talk to them and you be with them. Let's take the second one. What's the second? Repetition. Repetition. What is repetition? Do we repeat? Try and try till you succeed. Repeat and repeat till it gets on you. You can say Martin Luther King, when he talks about I have a dream, or to Obama when he talks about connecting the people of his country, mostly what they say is repetition, repeating the things a lot. I think I use that strategy and it helps me in Toastmasters. So if I'm giving a speech in an area level contest from high to low, fast to slow, or talking about toddlers mom, mostly I try to use a repetitive technique so people remember me somewhere, sometimes. Repetition. The third one, also being confident, what really helps you is your body language. Your body language basics. Like my Arabian principle says, 55% of what we do is all about the way our body language is. 38% is the tone and then the words that we use. So what is body language? How many elements do body language have? Let's talk about facial expressions. Do they matter? And you smile, you frown, raise your eyebrows till you put it down. They do matter and they connect. If I link it back to one-on-one conversation, if you might have the director, relator, socializer, what happens here is the micro expressions which do help. So one important element of body language or non-verbal cues is micro expressions. And what is micro expression? Micro expressions is fidgeting, moving around your hair, if you are stammering, or the kind of things that you do. If we take care of these, that first butterfly, I may not, will disappear. And that happens with practice. Only and only practice to do. The second element of body language can be gestures, open gestures, which are the best to use. The open, you use right hand, left hand, you talk about director, socializer, relator, or what was the fourth one?
Thinker.
Thinker. Yeah. So all the elements you're using and you're making use of your hand gestures work very beautiful. Then comes is the moments, the way you move, grab the stage, or move around the podium and the things that you've got to do. To gesture, posture, yeah, the open posture, the posture which you keep straight. Not only here, but also in online, the way you work, the postures do help. So, and I think I already mentioned facial expressions. The last element, very important of non-verbal cues, is your voice. What is our voice like? How important is our voice? You look good, you sound confident, everything is fine, but we don't take care of our voice. The element does get affected. Your pronunciation, to your tone, your rate, your pitch, your articulation, being happy, sad, and adding those emotions is all that the voice talks about. So my dear friends, being confident communicator, getting on the stage, I was not prepared today. I think I spoke to Neil this morning, I spoke to one more person from here this morning, Saili this morning, that we are scared, being a confident, it scares you. You don't know how to do, you don't know where to go, what to speak. But till the time you try, you're not successful. So being confident is mainly keeping all these elements in mind at the same time, trying, taking that first step. Taking that first step to speak to that director in your company on one-on-one, to taking that first step of being a part of Toastmasters today, or coming as a guest and speaking, taking part in that extempo. That's where I got my lead from. You see where you get it from and see how or what can actually make you confident. Thank you.